good morning there, sweet peas. Basic prepper mom Myra. So a lot going on. We know that the person that's supposed to be in charge of the U.S. is overseas, and he had this, surprise meeting with Ukraine. He is currently in Poland, meeting with the Polish president, ambassador, I don't know what they call him, minister, whatever. And Putin then released a 2-hour-long speech that kind of droned on. I did not listen to it. I just kind of got the highlight reel of it. Nothing really big jumped out in what he said, but and I think everybody was expecting that he was going to come out and talk about, his basically what he's going to do. Was going to come out with a plan that, yes, we're going to attack, we're going to do this, blah, 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 on, and he didn't. He did mention, apparently, that his problem is not with Ukraine, it is with the U.S. that is helping Ukraine. So, okay. But not a whole lot there. I think people were expecting that they would get a lot more information from him as to what the future would hold. And that didn't happen. On the home front, there is now a representative, and I have not, I need to look into it a little bit further, but there is a representative, and I think she's out of Virginia, I don't know, but she has now come out and said that, you know what, we just need to divorce the states. We need to divorce the states, we need to separate, we need to, which I had been kind of talking about this. There's been kind of this whole situation happening for a while where certain people here and there have kind of thrown out the fact that we're going to secede. That, if Trump is in office, the left and the Democrats are going to secede. If a liberal's in office, Democrat, whatever's in office, then the right's going to secede, and we're not. So there's kind of been this grumbling for a while. And I, for one, think that we're going to end up in a separation. I think that, in my opinion, that we're going to be split into 3 different countries. I don't know if it's going to be 3, but I definitely think we're going to be split somewhere, somehow. And I don't think it's going to be a red or a blue issue, because that's kind of been the drawing factor is, the red wants this and the blue wants this kind of thing. And I don't think it's going to have anything to do with it. It'll have a little bit to do with it at the beginning, but I don't think that'll be the push for everything. Having said that, the fact that there's more talk about doing that, it should be concerning, because that further shows how we and whether anything ever happens to it or not, it is basically further proof that this country as a nation is getting pulled further and further apart, and just splitting up in all different, we're just fracturing. We're a completely weak nation right now. We come across to the rest of the world as a weak nation, and that opens us up, and the fact that we just keep giving Ukraine all of our weapons, that just opens us up for a definite attack. Definitely opens us up for an issue where other countries are going to see ample opportunity to do whatever they're going to do. I'm just throwing that out there. But I want to share with you guys. So yesterday, I actually got on to, we were talking about medications and antibiotics and stuff like that, my boss and I. So I had an ad pop up on, Google as I was doing stuff. And the ad was for a company called Valley Vet. Now, I have ordered years ago. Valley Vet has been around for a very, very long time. And I have ordered from them in the past a lot. Like, I have ordered from them, like, we're talking 25 plus years ago. I've ordered stuff for them. And I started looking around, just kind of seeing what antibiotics are still available out there, where you can get it. Amazon doesn't have anything, by the way. Amazon's basically taken down all of their fish antibiotics, because my tank is in need. My fish are, have issues, and so I need some antibiotics for my fish. And so Valley Vet actually has quite the variety of, more so than Chewy. Chewy, I think, has 3 different antibiotics. Valley Vet has more antibiotics, and they also have some antifungal, which is really, really good. Unfortunately, fish can get fin and tail rot, which is, well, they can get fungus. Fin and tail rot is actually, I think, a bacteria, but they get fungal infections. So they get these like little white fuzzy things on them, and you have to treat with an antifungal so that your fish can get things cleared up. And a lot of times female fish will need certain medications that male fish typically don't need for such infections that have to do with yeast and, candida, I can never pronounce that. So there is antifungal medication that will help with those female fish when they have issues. Anywho, moving on. They do have a good variety of antibiotics. They are decently priced. So if you are in need, if your fish tank is in need, and you really feel that you need to have some on hand, because you never know when your fish tank will go down. I'm just telling you right now. And on a super side note, I actually used to work in a fish store years ago, and we had about 50 or 60 at least tanks, freshwater and saltwater. And so and the tanks were very close together. And sometimes we would use the same nets for the tanks. And unfortunately, when one fish tank was, as soon as you realize one fish tank was sick, pretty much the chances are everybody around them was sick too. So we'd have to isolate them. We'd have to treat them with whatever the situation. And anyway, so I definitely do know that when fish tanks go down, they go down very quickly. So it's always good to have antibiotics or antifungal on hand, whatever you think you're going to need for your fish tank, because once they get sick, they go down super fast. And if you're not on top of it and catch it, you can lose your whole tank. So, anywho. Valley Vet has some really great products, pretty decent prices. Chewy also has some fish antibiotics. I think like I said, they have 3 different varieties that they carry. But start really looking at where you can get things to stock up on your fish tank from. All right. So brief thingy today, just kind of let you know what's going on out there. Some things to think about, and a couple other places to look for those fish antibiotics for your fish tank to keep your fish healthy and happy and at the optimum health. All right. Hope you guys have a wonderful, amazing day. Once again, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to reach out. She knows we're getting ready to go in as soon as I say that. My dog is trained. But once again, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to reach out. I hope you guys have a wonderful, amazing day, and we will talk to you later.